evening, everybody. You know, sometimes I get tired because in the Caribbean we say good evening once it's after 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. But I think when I come here, they say is when you're leaving, you have to tell people good evening. But whatever. You know, we just have manners. We say good morning, we say good afternoon, we say good evening. So my name is Rhoma Spencer. Thank you so much for having me. But in fact, I invite myself. Because you see, I wasn't scheduled. But you know, I was so hyped after a performance on Sunday. I said, I'll come and give a little guest appearance, a little small thing. Anyhow, you know, when you live all your life in the Caribbean, and you come to New York, you go on a little holiday to New York, London, Toronto, you really don't see culture, you know. You know, what you really see is how much bargain you could get by honest head. Okay? How much shoes, clothes, broom and mop you could bring back home to sell. How much little $10 watch you could buy in Chinatown and bring back home to sell for $500 and more. And no matter how globalized the world gets, come see me and live with me is not part of the global culture. Now, the few years I live in Canada, every day doesn't cease to amaze me. Now, the first time I experienced this thing they call winter, I tell myself, but whoever come up with the idea that you will burn in hell and that down there is fire and brimstone? Well, I want to tell them the damn lie, you know. Hell is a Canadian winter. The first thing my friends and they tell me is, Rhoma, you have to dress in layers. Yes. But what they didn't tell me is how to dress my face. Because when you see that cold breeze hit your soul, it's how the hell you go dress your face in layers. As a Trini though, we are very creative, you see. So I devised a method to wrap my face. Well, the first time I do it, I can't nearly lick me down. And for the Canadians in the house, lick is to bounce. I can't nearly bounce me down because I couldn't see left nor right. Then the next thing they tell me is that the neighbor called me aside and said, you know, you have to buy salt to melt the snow in your driveway. Because you could be fined by the city if too much snow pack up in your yard. So I went down to Dominion Supermarket and I bought 12 boxes of Sifto table salt. What are you laughing? This is serious business. When the first snow fall down, so I find the thing looks so nice. Me and want to melt all, plain stingy, you know. So I put some salt in a shaker and I went outside and sprinkled. Then the neighbor called me and said, no, it's a special salt in a sack.